This conference will now be recorded.
So the technologies what we have used here, and what are the things that we have used here that we can mention here. Okay, and what is the software requirements and hardware requirements you can mention here, and after that you can tell about your codings. Okay, here you can write your coding of each and every modules, right? After that you can give any screenshots of your project. Okay, so these two things you have to make it here. Okay, so now I can share this PPT as well as your documentation to your Google Classroom. You can see and you can do it, and the form for filling all those details about your project as well as your team members within the tomorrow 8:30 a.m. Okay, right. Any doubts on this you can ask, otherwise we will go with the next part. Okay, so you have to uh, you have to send your code as well as your project documentation and PPT within the tomorrow morning 8:30 or 9. Okay, you can select your project title as your own. Okay, so you can do it in your own project and you can fill it that form. Okay, right. Members may be 1, 2, 3 or maximum 4. Okay, so there is no problem if you have a I'm having friend, and you can make that as a team members, right?
So thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. I'm Anand Raj. Uh,
Good morning, sir.
good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
So
sir.
tomorrow you have whatever you learned to today. You are going to present tomorrow. It's don't get upright. This is your right platform to present your knowledge. Okay, so whatever you learned last 5 days, it just do it and then just present it. Okay, it's not a problem. We are not expecting that much presentation. You are not expecting that much application from you. Okay, just create one or two screens and then create your we are going to check your interest. Okay, clear? Okay, so today we are going to discuss about database. Okay, so how we are going to connect our user interface with the database. That's the problem. Okay, so here still that we designed only the user interface. So how to design a button, and then how to design an image, and then how to give a label, like that we see. So hereafter we are going to see how we are going to store the data in a database and then retrieving the data. About the database concepts, am I right? Am I right? What is the database? What is the use of database? What is the use? Just to send your answers in the chat box. I'm waiting for your answers. Store the data. Okay, permanent. Okay, so if you are using any application without any database, maybe if you are using a list view, a list means they won't stored in a permanent manner. Okay, so if you want to store the data permanent, means you have to use a database. Okay, so whenever if you want to data, you can store it and then you can retrieve it using the database. Okay, but if you are developing the applications, maybe if you are using a WhatsApp or Instagram, they are storing the data into a cloud. Yes or no? Okay, so all the data is stored into a cloud. Like that, we are going to create one application. So we are creating one simple login application like that. Okay, so the screen is visible for you? Okay, so here I'm using one label. Okay, so three labels. One is for a title for our application, so login application, and then I have used two labels. One is for username, another one is for password. Okay, so I have used two text box. One is for username, getting the user input. Okay, so username, another one is for password. Okay, so I'm not using only one two text box. One is the text box, another one is a password text box. Why we are using a password text box means initially the password is not visible to your user. Okay, so I have used two buttons. One is for login, another one is for sign up. Okay, so the customers, maybe the users, they are going to use only the first time your application means they'll start with the sign up button. Okay, so they are entering the user and password means they'll check database and then sign up it. Once sign up means they can log into your application. Okay, clear? Okay, so you can see the here I have used two arrangements. In right side you can see vertical arrangement and then horizontal arrangements. I'll tell you what is the use of horizontal arrangement and vertical arrangements. Okay, all are available in left side layouts. Okay, so okay, we are going to start our application. Okay, so backend. Before moving that, we must know about the backend. Okay, so many backends are available. We can check with the left side. Okay, so storage purpose, they are using many databases in MIT App Inventor, CloudDB, File, TinyDB, okay, TinyWebDB. Okay, so I'm not going to use this website. I'm going to use another one is called Firebase. Okay, so you know very well about the Firebase. You need not write any queries for Firebase. Okay, so already all the functions are built in like MIT App Inventor. Like, okay, so if you are using Android Studio, you need to write the code in a Java or Kotlin. Yes or no? Everything you should write in a code. But like that, if you are using a MySQL or other database in your backend, using the backend for your application means you need to write a query and then you need to design a database. Okay, but if you're using a Firebase, it's not a problem. Okay, so whatever you are writing the code, so based upon your design, automatically you can store the data into your cloud. Okay, so I'll tell you what's the Firebase and all. We'll see end of the session. I'll tell you. But first, we are developing the application. We are going to just use the Firebase database. Firebase database. Okay, so the Firebase database developed by who's developed? Search it and tell me. Firebase database, who developed? Search it and tell me. Okay, so before answering you, we are going to start a new project. Click on start new projects. My DB login. Okay, just giving the login. Search it and tell me. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, so I'm giving the just opening the new projects. It's loading. Okay, so our work was on. Okay, so first I'm going to use layouts. Okay, so why I'm going to use a layouts means to arrange. Yes, very good. Shobita, I pronounced correct. Okay, so very good. So developed by Google. Yes, Manoj, very good, very good, very good, very good, all of you. Okay. Okay, so why we are using a layouts means if you want to arrange the components in your screen or in your workspace, if you want to arrange the components, you want to fix the location for your components, mean you need to use a layouts. Okay, so how we are going to place your components? Maybe you are going to place the component in a horizontal manner. You have to use a horizontal alignment. Okay, so maybe if you are going to use a vertical arrangements, mean you can have to use a vertical arrangements. Okay, so I'm going to use a vertical alignment. I'm just drag and then drop of vertical alignment. Okay, so vertical alignment means I'm going to place the components one by one. First I'm placing the first component. I'm going to place the components one by one. Okay, so down. Okay, so first you need to check change the properties of vertical alignment, just change it, height, fill parent, and then width, fill parent, click OK. Okay, if you want to change the background colors, you can change it. Okay, so I'm going to change light pink. Okay, okay, this is the entire workspace. Okay, next thing, I am going to use one label button. So label for application title. So change the font size, maybe font size 25, font bold, width, fill parent, click OK. Then you change the title. Uh, Login. Okay, so you can change the alignment, call center, and then you can change the colors, maybe red. Red is okay. Okay, so if I'm changing the background colors, maybe nice gray. No need gray. Okay, login. Okay, so that title part is over. Next, I'm going to uh, add two components. One is the label, another one is a text box, username, and then password. So I'm going to, before that, I need to use a layout because I'm going to use a component, place the component in a horizontal order. Okay, so I'm going to use horizontal arrangement, place it. I need to change the properties with properties only. I need to change the properties. Okay, fill, and then user interface, a label, place it here, and then change the size to 20. Okay, font bold. Okay, and then change the label name, user name. Okay, the username is correct, and then width can change it. Maybe it occupies only the 30% of the horizontal element, means you can give a 30%. The remaining 70% we are going to give a place for a space for a text box. Okay, so username over. Then I'm going to add a text box. Just drag and then drop it here. Okay, change the font size 20. You can change the background color, it's not a problem. And then just change the hint user name. Okay. Okay, so if you need multi-line, you can give it as a multi-line. I need not use multi-line, and then you can use. Okay, so I need to change the width 70%. So 30% occupied by the label, and then 70% occupied by the text box. Okay. 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 Now it's filled. Okay, my username part is over. Next, I'm going to add a password. Okay, so again, I need to add a layout, horizontal alignment. Okay, just add it and then change the properties with fill parent, give OK. Okay, then I'm going to add a label, just drag and then drop, and then change the font size, use 20. Okay, font bold, width 30%, and then change the text password. Okay, clear? Okay, so next I'm going to add a password text. So you can add a text box, it's not a problem, but they're given an option already built in type. They have password text box. Okay, so if you enter any data into a text box, that not visible for a user, that is not okay. Just drag and drop it here, and then change the width. It occupies 70% of the horizontal alignment, and then you can change the font size 20. Font bold, you can use font bold. Okay, our username and then password part is over. Clear? Okay, so second thing, we need to add a button. Okay, so one button is login. Another button is called sign up. Okay, so I'm going to change that. First button is login. Okay, click OK. Okay, second button, I rename the button. So to avoid the confusion, I'm changing this button name, sign up. If you're a new user, you can use it like this. Okay, click OK. So button name is changed now. Okay, so I need to change the properties of login button. You can change the background color. Okay, so font bold size is 20, and then you can change the fonts also, it's not a problem. And then width, I'm just using the fill parent. Okay, shape maybe a rounded button, and then text login. Okay, so maybe if you want to change the text color, you can change it magenta, maybe it will be useful. And then you need to change the background, that will. So you can, if you want to customize the colors, it's not a problem. Okay, so if I'm going to use gray color, light gray, means you can use gray, it's not a problem. But I'm not using colors. Light pink. Oh, light pink already used. Orange. Okay, somewhat okay. So I'll change the color into a red. Okay, login application. Oh, login. It's not going to get started. Okay, so I'll change the name called login app. Okay, here. Okay, so next I'm going to change the properties of sign up button. You can change the background color, it's not a problem. Font full, and then font size 20. You can change the font and then height, and just to fill in the entire workspace. You can change the button and then sign up. So use sign up. Okay. Okay, our designing part is over. Okay, so if you want to add any images, now you can use images also, it's not a problem. Maybe I'm going to use images here. Images, sources, upload your pictures. So already I have pictures. Okay. Click OK. Okay. Okay, I'm changing the logo. Okay, so I'm going to clickable, and then if you want to change the rotation on it, okay, fill. Yes, okay. Okay, so our login application is ready. You can change the color of sign up button. Background text colors maybe. Okay, so background, will change the background color magenta, and then foreground colors white. Okay. Okay, this is the way you can design your login application. Okay, so then you need to create a database. Okay, so how I'm going to create a database means you need to create a database in the Firebase. Okay, so just Google it. Click Firebase console. Firebase console. Okay, so just to search it in Google. Okay, Firebase console. Okay, so you can see the Firebase console here. Just click it. So my user interface ready, but I didn't write a code, anything for that. But I need to create a database. Then only I can connect a user interface to the data. So, okay. So I created two database, but I need to create another database. Just click again. I'll show you to you. Okay. So click Firebase console. Click Firebase console. Wait a minute. Yes. Okay. Then you can click add project. If you are going to create the first time means you can use click add project. Otherwise you created already means already displayed here on TP1, but I'm going to create a new project. Just click add projects in a console Firebase Google.com. Click add Firebase. Then it will open, then it will ask for your project name. You can give your project name, like maybe I'm giving a name like this, Anand login DB database. That's why I'm giving a name like this. Okay, just click continue. Just click continue. Okay, then just click continue. Okay, then it will ask the account, but you need a mail ID. Okay, so maybe when you start entering into a Firebase, it will ask you username, password. Maybe if you're a new user, it will ask your Gmail ID. Just sign it, and then you can choose your account. I choose my account, Gmail account. Then click create project. Then click create a project. This is the way you can create a database. Then you need to mention the create a database. So wait a minute, it's loading. Okay, then click our project is ready now. Then click. Okay, so my workspace is ready now. Okay, Anand login TV. My workspace is ready now. Okay, you can add your Firebase for your iOS application. If you are using an Android application, it's not a problem. It's a cross-platform database. Once you created a database, you can use it for an Android application. It's not a problem. If you are using an iOS application, it's not a problem. Maybe if you are developing a web application, you can use it same database. Okay, so if you are that's the advantage of Firebase. In left side, maybe sometimes it's working like this: build, release, and then analytics, and then in case, just click build. Just click build in left side. Then click real-time database. Okay, so we are uh, using the real-time database. Okay, so current data, we are storing the current data. That's why I'm clicking the real-time database. Just click real-time database. Okay, so our real-time database ready. In this real-time, I'm going to create my database. Just click create database. Database. Here you have a database, real-time database location. They have only 3 locations, so I just choose a United States. Okay, So then click next. Okay. So you can start in lock mode. Start. Give enable. Just is my database is here for your database. Okay. Click it. Copy it. Then copy it. Okay. Just basis creation is over in creation. Maybe if you are using a Java programming, okay, so maybe in a Java programming you need to connect with the MySQL. I mean, you need to follow 5 steps. You need to create a connection, and then you need to insert a all the things. You need to write a code. But you set the database so proper application itself. But people here it's can create a table and use the table. Then you can store under interface itself. Maybe 2 tables. Uh, from the 2 table it will create a but sorry 2 table values. Okay, create the table. Okay, so before that you need to set a rule. Click the okay, write is false, so you need to enable the read and write in your database. Read and you need to give a permission for your edit. You can use true. Read also true. Now you are enabling as a true. Write also after changing your permissions, then you just publish. Only you can write your your rule. Okay, so just dismiss, it's not a problem. Okay, and then you are giving the permission for your database. Okay, so once it's over, okay, come to then the is called can experimental in the FireDB. It's a non-visible component. It's a non-visible component. Just drag and then drop here. Click OK. So here Firebase URL. Click Firebase. Right. You can see the property. You need to that is DB. Firebase we okay. We create a top already paste it here. Then I'm audible now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. So all are okay. Any doubt? And so I finish my design part. Again, I'm telling you. Okay, so you first. Okay. Okay, you first add our screen. You have to add a vertical alignment. You can vertical alignment. You have to add a one label, and then I have added one images for your purpose. Okay, and then I have added a horizontal alignment, two horizontal alignment, because I'm going to add a place the component in a horizontal manner. That's why I'm going to use, I have used a horizontal arrangement. In this horizontal arrangement, I have used the one for a label username, and then another text box for getting the user interface, and then horizontal another horizontal arrangement for another label for password. Then I have added a password text box. Okay, then I have added a two buttons. One is a login, another one is a sign up. Okay, so and then I have added a one important component, that is a Firebase, that is a non-visible. Okay, it's not visible, it's a non-visible component. These are the visible components. It's visible to your user, your customers. Okay, but Firebase component is not visible. Okay, so how we are going to create a database means you can see. Okay, so you click a real-time database, you can create a database. After that, you can edit the rules. Okay, so after editing the rules, you can come to here, just to copy paste your URL and then paste it here. Just to click a Firebase database, in right side you can see the Firebase URL. Just paste your URL. Okay, then you can connect your application to your database. Okay, so automatically connect your database. Okay, wherever you go, we are just storing our data into a Firebase cloud. Okay, maybe if you are using it TinyDB, other MySQL means it can store again in your local machine. Maybe it's a database, it's stored permanently, but it's stored in a local area. But you can access with your machine only. Without a machine, you cannot access your data. But if you are storing in your cloud, you can access anywhere. Okay, anywhere means any location from the world. Okay, whatever. But you can use the same database. Maybe if you're using a Firebase database, you can use same database. Maybe if you are in future, you are going to develop a iOS application, you can use same database there. Okay, and if you are going to create a web application, you can use same database. It's not a problem, but it's a cross-platform database. That's why we are using a Firebase. That's the basic configuration for a Firebase. Okay, this is a simple way you can create a database. Okay, then we are going to write a code for a first page. Okay, so writing the code for login button and then sign up button. Is it okay? Any doubt on this? Any doubt? Respond me fast. Already time 11.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so then you can go with the blocks. Okay, you can check with this. We are going to write a code for a screen one. Okay, so come to a screen one, then click a blocks. Okay, so in this, we are going to write a code for sign up button. Okay, so you can see sign up button. Just click it, sign up button in left side, sign up button. When you click the sign up button, this is the initial stage. Maybe the first time user comes to your application, they want to register their username and then password means first they will click a sign up button. Okay, so where they enter the data, first they enter the username in a text box one. Okay, so password in a password text. Okay, but we receiving the data from the user, then we need to add the data or store the data into a Firebase. Okay, then click a Firebase. Okay, in that Firebase, many functions are available. We need to store the values. We are receiving the values from a text box and then password. We want to store these two values to our database. What's our database? Our database is called Anand login TB. Okay, so that link's already created. Now we are going to store the data. You can use store data function. Yes. Call Firebase 1, DB1. Maybe if you're using a database 2 or 3, 4, it's not a problem. You can. I'm using only one database. In database, we can create many tables, but I'm creating only one table, username, password. Okay. The first value, that is a tag. I'm audible. Please mute yourself. Okay. So first tag is my username. Okay, that's our text box. Just click text box, text. Okay, so you can change the properties. Yes, text box, text. Then what is the next value? Next value is the password. Password, text. You can check password. Yes, password, text. Okay, so text one dot values and then password values store into a Firebase key. Okay, the tag means that's the key. Based upon the key values, we are going to search the data. Okay, the password is a value. Okay, the Firebase always store the database using a key value pair. Key value pair. Maybe for example, I'm Anandraj. Okay, that's a key. Values means my properties, maybe my height, my weight, my roll number, my name, okay, other details, all values, okay, like that. Our key is text one values, okay, name is key. So based upon the key values, I'm going to search a values. Here I have only one value, that value is password, okay. So that's why I have used a tag as a key, okay. So next thing, I need to create a code for a login button. Okay, so once I have created this, and then I need to create a login button function. When I click the login, any doubt on this? Any doubt? Okay, so then click the login button. So once first the user enter your application, they enter username and then password. If they click sign up button, you just receive the values and store into a database. That's enough. But if you are creating a login, if you want to check the values, okay, so we receive the values from the username and then password, and then we need to check with the database. Okay, how can I check? Okay, so first we need to call the database. Okay, so we can check with the firedb get values first. You can check get values, which tag you know very well. First we are checking only the text box. Okay, just it and then text. So value is not there means it just mention a NA. We are just receiving the values, text box values. Okay, I'm just receiving the values. Then only I'm going to check the username and then password. How I'm going to check the username password? Okay, so here I'm registering new values, store into a database. Here I'm receiving the values. I'm just receiving the text values. Based upon the text values, I'm going to check with the my details with the database. Okay, how can I check? You can use a FireDB. Once you got the values, maybe you can check the function. Okay, you can check this function is okay. So once you receive the values, which values? Text values. Okay, so once you receive the values, FireDB receive the values. Okay, then you need to check the condition. Okay, so text one node values, text one dot text values already available, username already we need to check with the text one username with the already stored database username. Okay, how can I check? You can use a if condition. Can use if condition, maybe if. Okay, we need to check equal. So equal means you need a math function. You can check yes, this math function can check if math function. We have a tag values. Okay, so we have a tag values. What is our tag value? Our tag value is username. Okay, so just to get a username. Okay, first check with the tag values. You know very well your username as a tag value. I'm just receiving the tag value. Okay, so I'm going to compare. Okay, I'm just receiving the tag value. I'm checking with my text box values. So just click, duplicate it, compare with my tag. You can, many functions are available. You can check with the not equal, less than, greater than, okay, less than or equal, but I just check a equal. Okay, so my get tag means my database values. Which database? FireDB tag one value is already I stored on data username. No, that username. Text one is just I received the values. Okay, whatever I received from the text box, I compare with the two values. Okay, so maybe it's two values available means I need to open a screen. How can I open a screen? Means you can click it control. You can check with the open another screen. Okay, so once the text box value is okay. Okay, so the text one username is okay. I'm just checking the username only. I'm just checking the username. The username is okay means you can open another screen. How can I open another screen? Means you can use open another screen. That control available in a control. Okay, check. Which screen you need to access? Just we need to mention the screen name. Okay, we need to mention the screen name. What's our screen name? The second screen name is first. Just mention first. F-I-R-S-T, first. Okay. First. And yes, all small. Okay, open a second screen. Maybe if you are giving your maybe says screen 2, screen 3 means you can mention a screen name. So I have changed my screen name like a first. That's why I have mentioned a first. Okay.
Sir, out.
Then yes.
One more screen you created, no, sir?
Yes, I have created one more screen already.
How to create?
So
sir?
how? Yes, how to create? Okay. So you can see screen one. You can see the next add screen. Okay. If you click add, you can give your screen name. This is the way you can create a screen name. Okay. So I'll show it in a designing part. This is my first screen one. Okay, so my second screen I didn't. Here you can see the first. Okay, so here I didn't create any components. I'm just opening the screen. Okay, clear?
Okay, sir.
That's yes. This is the way you can create. It's a simple one. You can just add the screen. If you want to go with the next screen, means you just open the screen. Okay, so you just create a. Wait a minute. I need to screen one. Then I can see. Yes, this is the way. If open another screen, the screen name is. I have already created a one screen called first. I just mentioned the screen name first. Okay. Okay, so maybe username is wrong. Okay, so maybe the username is wrong means I need to give a message to the user. How can I give a messages? Okay, so I can use a notification, maybe alert message. Maybe if I'm giving alert message, means it will be helpful for a username. So I need to add a notification. Okay, so in designing part, I need another interface called notifier. Okay, this is the way you can create a notification for your user. Okay, I'm just adding the this notifier also here visible component non here. Okay, visible components. Okay, non. Okay, is it okay? Any doubt in this node component? Okay, okay. Okay, so I'm adding the code for this. Okay, so here you can see your notifier. Okay, just click. Maybe if condition is true, you can open a screen. Maybe if the condition is not true, maybe the condition is false, you need to give a alert message to your user. Maybe your username is wrong. That's messages you need to give. Okay, that messages just give, click. So alert messages. Okay, so alert maybe yes, yeah, just call. So notify. Okay, here we need to add a messages. No, just duplicate this. Give a just give messages like username wrong. Okay, this is the way you can create application. That's it. Okay, check the username. Okay, so maybe the username is correct. You can go with the next screen. Otherwise, it will show your alert. Any doubt on this? Any doubt? Okay, so I'll share APK file. You can run it your own. Okay, so here I'm not going to run the code because I'll share all the code and then designing details. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So next things I need to create a menu. Within a 5 minutes, I'll complete this session. Okay. So wait for me. Okay. This is the way you can create a table. You can once you once you sign up means automatically update in a Firefox. Okay. So you can see. Okay, so once you added, once you run your application, you can see it here. I can all the tables, all the values stored into our database. Okay, okay, okay. So next thing we'll see. I mean, the second screen will go. Okay, this is the way you can create a login and then sign up application. You can run it your own. I'll share the APK and then code all those part. We don't have a time. That's why. Okay, so next things we need to create a menu. How we are going to create a menu? And so left side we have side menu, pop-up menu, like this mini menus. But here we don't have any option for creating the menu. But based upon the button only, you can create a menu. Okay, so you can see the first. Just click the design. Okay. Okay. I just delete this. How can I create a menu? Okay, so my first part is over. Login application is over. Okay, I'll share all the codes. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Next, I'm going to design a menu. Okay, so side menu. How I'm going to design a menu. Okay, you just create like this. Okay, you are going to use a horizontal arrangement. Just click, drop it here. Okay, you can change it. You can change the width with no width. You can change the height. Just click fill panel. Okay. Before that, I can use vertical arrangements. Maybe it will be useful for me. Okay. So vertical arrangements. In this vertical arrangement, I'm going to use fill parent and then width also your fill parent. Okay, so completely it will change the workspace, and then if you need to change the back color, means you can change the back color. It's not a problem. Then I'm going to add a horizontal arrangement. I can change horizontal arrangement. Okay, so I'm just changing the height. Just give the fill parent. Okay, so now it's full. You can change the color. Color orange. Okay, so I need to change the size. So fully occupied, it will occupy the 70%. It occupies the 70%. That's why I'm just giving the 70%. Okay, so 30%. I'll just to follow me. Okay, then I'm going to add another horizontal alignment. Okay, it's not. Width is full for a 30. Setup. Okay. So wait a minute, I'll change. So okay, so maybe sometimes it will change. Wait a minute, I'll change everything. Okay, I'm just okay. Fill parent first. You can use horizontal alignment. It's okay, and then you can change the width full fill parent. Okay, here that I'm going to use again horizontal alignment. You can change the height fill parent. I can change the color orange and then width 70 percentage. Okay, then you can add another horizontal alignment. Okay, yes, it's correct now. Okay, so just use a fill parent to occupies and then width can add a 30 percentage. Okay, so 30%. So in 30 percentage, maybe if you are going to add a user interface, maybe if you are clicking the button is called font fold and then font size maybe of 15 and then width automatic and then size rounded and then text button name is called a menu. Okay, so when you click the menu, it will open a left side menu. Okay, so it will visible like this. Okay, so when you enter this, you can view like this. Okay, so when you click the menu button, you can see your left side menus. Okay, so how can I set up menus? Means you can use menu button. Again, you can use a second button. And then you can use a okay. Wait a minute. Change again. Okay. Okay. So here I'm changing the button called about us. Okay. Okay. So another button like a can give a home button. Okay. Okay, so here likewise you can select, you can create your side view menu. Okay, so when you enter this, you can view menu like this. So it's not visible, it's visible like this. When you click the menu button, it will open a left, you can open a like this. Likewise, only you can create a menu in a MIT App Inventor. Okay, that's your based upon your creativity. So that's why we use the layouts. Okay, so based upon your creativity, and then you can find functions of all the components. You can use, you can create your applications. Okay, any doubt on this? Any doubt? My part is over. And then you can use a radio button and then checkbox. Everything is available. You can use it, radio button and then checkbox based upon your application. You can use it. Okay. Okay. Any doubt? If you don't have any doubt, no, I can wind up. Okay, so today quiz about MIT App Inventor that will be shared in your Google Classroom, and then this recording also will be shared in our Google Classroom. Don't forget, you can start your projects now itself. You have only 12 hours time. Okay, so after that you need to submit your project title and then presentation also. Maybe you can do it in a own itself. Otherwise, you can join your team. Then you can do it in a team also. And then you just complete it, try it. It's not a problem. You need not to complete your projects. Just to try it. If you complete your design part, it's okay for us. But this is a platform. You are going to show your knowledge, and then you are going to show your what you learn. Okay, so don't afraid and don't get nervous. Just to present your application. Okay, so attendance links will be shared in your WhatsApp group at 12 o'clock. Maybe sir will share attendance link. Okay, and then you can provide your feedback about today's session. You can share it in a WhatsApp group itself. Okay, if you don't have any doubts, you can wind up our session. Thank you. Thank you. So tomorrow is the presentation. Don't forget, join it, all of you. Okay, just to try it. If you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me or you can send the message. It's not a problem. Okay. Thank you all. Bye bye. Yes, you need to create your own application. Yes, you need to create our own applications. Maybe create a simple application. Maybe if you can create a login application, it's a very good one. Just use try to use a Firebase or a TinyDB. Just to search in the network. YouTube itself, you can many projects available. You just download it and then use it yourself. Then only you can get a knowledge. Okay, so practice it. Do mistakes. Okay, don't afraid for getting mistakes and then getting an error. Okay, so once you try it, you can start. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. Can end up the session. Okay, so feedback link shared now. Okay, so maybe they'll share in the Google Classroom itself. Sorry, WhatsApp group itself. You can give your feedback and then you can give your feedback in a WhatsApp group itself. Okay, thank you all. Bye bye.
ಏನ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ